The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, good morning. This is Kathleen Taylor with the Nevada Women's Business Center. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning to our webinar. I am so excited on our topic of discussion today. We're going to talk about the Small Business Administration, specifically how the SBA is involved within our community. And also, I have a fantastic guest speaker who will expound upon that. It's our very own Saul Ramos, and he is the new Deputy Director of the Small Business Administration here in Nevada. And we're so excited that you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And in addition to our conversation and Saul's presentation, I really would encourage the audience, if you have any questions or any comments that you'd like to make, please chime in. Please use the question box feature on your GoToWebinar platform and type in any comments or questions that you'd like, and I'll make sure that they are addressed during the webinar. Also, after closing remarks, you will receive an evaluation via email from GoToWebinar on our behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center, and we would really appreciate your input about the webinar. So with that being said, it's my pleasure to have here our very own brand new the Deputy Director for the Small Business Administration to share his background and expertise about small business in the small business sector, his journey and how he's gotten to this place, and how fortunate we are to have him here in the Nevada community. So welcome, Saul.
Thank you. Thank you. And first and foremost, thank you, Kathleen, and the
Sure.
Nevada Women Business Center for having me here today as your guest speaker.
Thank you.
It's my honor, and I'm just amazed of how you guys have this platform to communicate with many folks in the Nevada landscape community. So thank you again. A little bit about myself. I've been with the federal government going on 15 years.
Oh, that's impressive.
15 years, and I've been blessed to participate in several federal executive leadership programs that I feel have added value to me as an employee of a federal agency. And one that I most recently was part of was one that I participated in the Los Angeles area, which was as an international development specialist, which allowed me the opportunity to understand a little bit more of the international landscape. I was able to work with many folks within the Los Angeles community, one of them being the Port of Los Angeles, Port of Long Beach, the Port of Wainimi, several other stakeholders of the Department of Commerce, and really look at how we could increase exporting within the service area in the Los Angeles pocket. So one of many programs that I was able to participate in, again, the programs that I've been able to be part of, I feel have added value to me. So I'm just blessed that a government agency takes the time to really add value to folks. And sort of my journey ended up leading me to Las Vegas, and one that I'm very excited to be a part of. It's a great opportunity. I see a lot of great things happening here, and it's just a pleasure and an honor to be working under the district director Joseph Amato's leadership. Sure. So one that I'm proud to be a part of.
Excellent. And the Nevada Women's Business Center, we are also an SBA program and a federally funded nonprofit, and we recently located our offices here within the SBA suite of offices on 4th Street, and we're really fortunate to have staff, personnel of the SBA literally down the hallway.
Absolutely.
If we need advice or recommendations, so easily accessible. Also, SCORE is within the SBA's office suites as well. It's fantastic to have that resource partner under one roof as well.
Most definitely. It's great synergy that we have flowing around here, and it makes it much easier to help the small business community.
Definitely. And speaking of which, Sultan, to help enhance the small business development in Nevada, why don't we kind of explore that in reference to what the SBA provides. So could you describe your role in the organization?
Sure, I'll give you a little bit of the role and a little bit of the mission as well here. You know, the mission is one that I'm very proud to be a part of, and why? Because we're helping power the American dream by making business ownership a reality.
Yes.
And when folks are working with SBA, the small business owners are being empowered to succeed with access to capital, to succeed with the valuable resources that we have, one that you mentioned many of, you know, the resource partners, to succeed with the business know-how,
yes,
with the right expertise for each stage of the business cycle.
Right.
So again, one that I'm very proud to be a part of. It's a wonderful mission. I think it really is rewarding when we're a part of this mission. And my role as the Deputy District Director is to support the SBA mission, to support the regional, the region that we have here, and most importantly, to support the district office, the Las Vegas SBA District Office under Joseph Amato leadership. And I feel that Joseph has raised the bar very high.
Yes.
One that, as a matter of fact, over the last 6 months, he's visited over 100 businesses. And
That's
I think
impressive.
it truly is. And one that I feel he's leading by example and showing us to be a catalyst. And not only that, but what I also see is that he's creating a sense of community. A sense of community where we need to collaborate. And I say we, meaning the resource partners, the stakeholders, the district office, and really going out there to make a difference in the lives of these business owners. And these are aspiring entrepreneurs. And I think we're very fortunate. We have magnificent organizations here in the state of Nevada. And one unique thing about the Las Vegas District Office is that it services the whole state of Nevada.
Yes, it does.
So although we're in Southern Nevada, we do service the whole state of Nevada. So, and Joe has made, again, these visits, not just in Southern Nevada, but throughout the whole state of Nevada. I'm talking Southern Nevada, rural part of Nevada, Northern Nevada, in a short period of time. So again, really raising the bar high for the district office, for the partners and the stakeholders, and these magnificent organizations that we have. You know, we have our Nevada Women Business Center. We have our SCORE. We have our Small Business Development Centers. USDA is another one of our partners. Procurement Training Assistance Center. The business industry, government, the Governor's Office of Economic Development. I mean, I could go on, but what I'm trying to paint the picture here is that it's an ecosystem, and there's no way, shape, or form that SBA will be able to carry all of this weight. We are going to have to leverage and complement each other with the skill sets that we have, with the manpower that we have, because you know, we are a small district office, and leveraging and working with our partners helps expand that footprint, the SBA footprint, the resource partner footprint, and our stakeholders footprint, for the end result of helping the small business community and the small businesses. So that's my role, again, is to support that under Joe's leadership, under the region's oversight, and the mission that we're proud to be a part of.
And you know, that's a very thorough explanation of the SBA's mission, its footprint within the business community, its commitment to the economic growth and development as well, to the state of Nevada as a whole, in reference to small business development. What I find really impressive about the SBA is, years ago when I was a business owner in California, it was so much to do for someone to start a business, even if you do have some modicum of business experience to a degree. If it were not for resource partners such as the Small Business Administration, such as the Small Business Development Centers to help me along, it would have been quite an overwhelming process in starting my business. So it's very humbling and rewarding at the same time to know that I can really talk the talk here. I'm not just doing a job, or collecting a check. I've been on the receiving end of the SBA's training and support, and also of the resource partners such as the SBDCs for my own professional development as a former business owner. So it's wonderful to hear that the mission is still moving forward. It's never stopped, but we're gaining momentum with our new deputy director, with our new district director, and that's really refreshing for the Nevada community. So there are some like various things that the SBA is involved in reference to community engagement. For example, the SBA has a fantastic training center. And what are some things that how can the public or resource partners or groups have access to that training center if they, want to coordinate or collaborate with the SBA for a workshop or a training or a seminar?
Most definitely, that's a very good question. And, it's really reaching out to the folks in the district office. I mean, that would be a good start, reaching out to the folks in the district office. And we're fortunate that we have a good group here. And, we really do our personal best to be as responsive as possible to reach back to the community, because at the end of the day, part of our mission is to service the public,
Right.
service the public. And if there are ways that we could collaborate, I think that opens up the door
Yes.
to the synergy that we can bring to help the small business community. So one way to do it is to reach out to the folks, and that's through the Nevada district office, the Las Vegas district office. And whether it be up in Reno or rural parts, again, we service the whole state of Nevada. I think, for example, what you're doing today is phenomenal. Here we are doing a webinar, correct? So there might be parts that physically we cannot get there as quickly as possible, but maybe with the technology that we have nowadays, there's ways that we could still offer that support. And we want to make sure that the community is aware that we are here to support them. We are here to support them, and working again with all these magnificent organizations that are out there. It could be a door that we haven't opened. And let's see what opportunities are available for us to work together. And I definitely, and the team here is open to a discussion. I think we'll be willing to entertain discussion and see where that relationship could develop. And just going back to your point, and I'm glad that you shared with me that you were a business owner and the value that SBA got to bring, because one of the things that we are really striving is to make sure that folks and the business community and just in general the public, that it's great that they know about SBA, but do they really understand the value that we bring to the table?
Exactly.
Oftentimes, SBA is sometimes categorized with access to capital, which is wonderful. We have great programs that we do. But there's a bigger picture than that, and there's even more value that we can bring in addition to the capital. You talked about just the counseling part of it, and
critical.
how important that was for you as a business owner.
Absolutely.
And as I was reflecting on this webinar, I started thinking when I was in high school and how I had a wonderful teacher in algebra, and I still remember him, Mr. Ho. That the way that he taught just made complete sense to me, right? It just jived. And that's an analogy that I use when we talk about the experts that we have within our network.
Right.
I see them as they have a heart of a teacher.
They do. I agree.
They want the best for you. They want you to succeed.
Yes.
And sometimes it's going to take a while as a business owner to find that right person, because you might go to a center and perhaps it might not be a good fit, which is perfectly fine. There's other resources that we have available.
Right.
And that's the referral that we want to make sure that we create amongst our partners as well.
Exactly.
Maybe if I would have gone to my teacher, Mr. Ho, he was a great, fantastic teacher, but then he was able to refer me to another great teacher that I was able to then springboard to another level of math at that point. And that's really what we want to create, that springboard and that referral process amongst our partners that we have available. So again, I think there's a lot of value that SBA brings to the table. And if people really just take some time to understand, they'll be able to really capture that and see how we can be a catalyst to their growth.
I agree with that, Saul. And in reference to kind of taking a snapshot, so to speak, of the audience perception of the value and other amenities and opportunities that the SBA provides in the community. We'd like to hear your opinion, and I'm going to launch a poll really quick, and I'd really appreciate it if you could just take the time and just answer, yes or no, or have you attended an SBA-sponsored workshop or event in the community? Please take some time to answer the poll, please. Or maybe you didn't know about these types of activities, so we would really appreciate your input if possible. So I'll let that run just for a few seconds and get the audience participation. To kind of like emphasize your point in reference to perception and access to the community. It's a different animal, Nevada versus California.
Indeed.
I lived in Southern California for 16 years before I moved here 4 years ago. And, even though it's a different culture, different landscape in reference, to whether it's business and industry or how people go about their day-to-day activities in life, one thing is consistent across the board when it comes to opening a business. I have to say that the same type of quality control, so to speak, that I, as a business owner at the time, experienced in California is also true here in Nevada. So it's good to have that consistency from state to state, from agency to agency, from location to location. So could you speak about how important quality control is, regardless of where you were in the country? Theoretically, there's an SBA representative in your state. There should be theoretically a resource partner of a small business development center of some nature, or SCORE or something of that nature.
Yes.
How important it is that the mission is consistent across the board?
That's a very good question, and I'm glad that you touch upon that, because oftentimes, we talk about SBA, and one thing to do know is that it's a federal program, and to your point, it's available nationwide and in some parts of the U.S. territories as well. And it's true, because SBA is the only go-to resource and voice for small businesses that is backed by the strength of the federal government.
Yes.
So there is that consistency, that it's backed by the strength of the federal government, and it's a model. It's a model that's duplicated throughout the whole United States. So that model of having a small business development center, the model of having a women business center, the model of having I said SCORE, WBC, and Women Business Center. SCORE, WBC, Small Business Development Center, and even the veteran business centers as well that we have. So these are different models that, to your point, absolutely, they are consistent throughout the whole United States. If there might not be one or the other, you're for sure going to have that assistance available. And the way that I like to see it is that this is truly the benefit of being a taxpayer, right? This is your taxpayer money at work. So the value again of paying taxes is that you have access to these centers that can help you. So that's the way that I like to explain it. It's one of the benefits of being a taxpayer, that you can go to one of these centers anywhere in the United States and be able to get that support. So let's say if you decide to move your business from Las Vegas to the East Coast, and you want or need assistance, you can visit one of the centers. And the way that you can find them is going through our website, www.sba.gov. There's a local assistance tab. You search, and it's just like any other search feature. You can do it by zip code, by miles, and so forth. It has all the features and a great website to visit if you're new to a state or a city and you just need help. So the consistency is there throughout the whole United States, that the support is available.
I think it's fantastic in reference to the consistent message, the consistent services across the board, and also the SBA. And I've seen this firsthand in this office, where SBA staff, they help bridge or facilitate solid referrals, to create business opportunities for people that are in the small business sector.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been, very refreshing to have a client come in and they are in this particular industry. Maybe it's they want to expand their market to international, and they need help with trade and international commerce, that type of thing. Well, right down the hallway, we can refer them to Miss Marcia McDaniel,
Mm-hmm.
and also her colleague Felix as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they are absolutely phenomenal. So, and then they in turn can become that springboard
Mm-hmm.
to connect that client to another referral source. So, could you talk about how valuable that is? That here we have a statewide entity
Mm-hmm.
that can actually be of value to a small business's growth and development by simply being that referral resource as well.
Most definitely, and I like the choice of words that you use, because I heard grow your business, and that's I'll mention it in a few words.
Sure.
SBA's mission is also to help start your business, to help grow your business, to help expand your business, and recover. I was very
good point.
I did forget about that earlier, but I was very blessed that throughout my career with SBA, it was fortunate and unfortunate, but I got exposure to some of the recovery efforts that SBA has to offer. And again, the value of being able to leverage the district office and the folks that work within the district office. And a good example is, when there is a disaster relief. Oftentimes, people are just going through so many barriers and sometimes a lot of red tape and so forth that they have to deal with. But we have these centers that are helping people try to get them access to capital as quickly as possible. And those are the referrals that we go and move on very quickly so that people get the capital, whether it be working with FEMA in that particular case or working with other agencies, local government agencies. I was fortunate to participate in several roundtables with government agencies and non-government agencies that were helping a community get back on their feet. And we're proud to say that SBA was right there in the forefront, helping move this into the direction to get this community back into place. So going back to your point, absolutely, the district office is one that could help be that bridge, help facilitate that, and it's something that it's again part of our mission. We are a customer-centric agency. We at the end of the day, we're here to provide service to the American public. The team here is really doing their best to create that environment of collaboration. And again, under the Joseph Amado's the district director, he set the bar high to create this collaboration where we're all working towards a shared goal and solution.
Right.
And that includes the district office, that includes the stakeholders and our resource partners, that we are looking at possibilities and being able to take those smart risks. The entrepreneurship spirit is something that we also take pride within our staff, that we're approachable, that we're friendly and easy to talk to. That's part of being a government employee in the district office, and is that we want to make sure that folks understand that we are friendly and easy to talk to, and that we're here to offer that support. Unlike other government agencies, I feel that SBA is unique in its own way, because we are in a situation where we could help folks succeed and create a livelihood. And we're helping them, give them the skill sets, the capital, again, the valuable resources, the business know-how, the expertise for each stage of their business cycle. And doing so is helping create a livelihood. And not only that, the beauty of it is that when they create a livelihood and if their business grows, they get to hire other folks. They get to hire more people. Now they're creating a livelihood for other people. So it's the multiplying effect that comes into play.
I agree.
And we're, again, very proud to be part of that along with our partners. So, we also encourage for our staff to be creative, to be original, and let's see what haven't we done out there and what can we do. There's a lot of great opportunities that we could really make happen. And so that's how the it loops into the referral. So in addition
Yes.
to the referral, I just wanted to paint a little bit more behind the scenes of what the district office staff here in Las Vegas is working
Yes.
hard to embrace this collaboration and
Yes.
embrace the referral process. And the end result is that we provide the skill sets, the tools for a business to be successful. And
And to that point, Saul, looking at this from a real life perspective, this
Mhm.
is where I'm really stoked, so to speak, about how the SBA gets its hands dirty in a good way.
Absolutely.
And this is related to helping businesses recover from natural disasters. For example, recently there were the California fires.
Yes.
I'm sure some businesses were impacted from that. Last year, horrific flooding in Houston. I'm pretty sure, with the hurricane season, I'm sure businesses were impacted by that. And to know that the SBA can be a referral source to help funding
Mm-hmm.
with funding to help those business owners recover from those natural disasters. That's like real life. That is the SBA getting from behind the desk
Absolutely.
into the trenches and really being of service. So that's really impressive and definitely commendable.
Thank you. Indeed.
Yes.
Another piece of it, that SBA does is the advocacy. We're the small business voice at times. And as a matter of fact, we talked about workshops and things that we do. I'll put in a little quick plug in that we have in next week on Wednesday, May the 2nd, from 1 to 3 p.m. We're going to have our national folks from SBA come down for a regulatory enforcement fairness roundtable.
That's excellent.
And it's another way that we want to support the small business community, because there's a lot of value when the agency, and in this case, the National Ombudsman Office is coming down and talking to folks.
That's
and so
amazing.
there's value when we really listen to understand, and then these folks can go back and see what can be done. But that's one of the things that we like to do. It's the other piece of SBA, which is the advocacy part of it, and there's quite a lot, and this is the reason, and I'm glad that you invited me, because I'm hoping that we're painting the picture here of the value that SBA brings in addition to the capital that we provide.
Exactly.
So this is just another layer of value that we bring to the small business community.
And there's many components within the whole framework, and in addition to the referrals and the voice of advocacy, which is really important, especially when you have on Capitol Hill these huge lobbyist firms, that are going for to make sure that, quote, big business has their voice. It's comforting to know that small businesses have a voice through the SBA with the advocacy arm.
Absolutely.
Also, what are some like strategic community partnerships that the SBA is facilitating within the community beyond the resource partners? I find it very interesting how there's a lot of positive buzz about the SBA with our new district director, our new deputy director, amongst chambers of commerce, such as the Henderson Chamber, the Urban Chamber, the Latin Chamber. They're all our resource partners, the Las Vegas Urban League, amongst others, the several auxiliary groups within the community as well. How is it that those groups can maximize the value of the SBA?
Good question. Well, first and foremost, Joe has made great strides in reaching out to a lot of these partners, and so the reaching out to us again. I feel that us being out there, the team is going to be out there more often now, and not that they weren't before, but we really need to be out there to get to hear these wonderful ideas that could evolve. As a matter of fact, today Joe is out in rural Nevada,
That's
talking to folks from USDA and other city folks to get this energy going, to get the movement going. So reaching out to us, but at the same time, I would say on the back end, the district office team is going to be out there as well.
Yes.
So those are opportunities that
Yes.
if you see us, feel free to talk to us and engage us in a conversation, and let's see where this could evolve. So
Right.
there's two ways of doing it, or a two-pronged approach, I could say, reaching out to us, whether it be via email or with a phone call,
Sure.
or when you see us out there. We really want to make sure that the team is out there.
Yes.
Or not only that, oftentimes, partners such as yourself,
Yes.
there's conversations that you may have with someone that you could say, hey, so I think there might be some synergy maybe between you and this partner in SBA, or the three of us. So there's, oftentimes business is very, how should I say it? It's a bit old school, if you want to call it, where oftentimes, just a simple conversation could lead to something happening.
I agree.
It's very primitive, I would say.
Yeah.
Very primitive in the way that how business gets done.
Yes.
And oftentimes it's just the mere fact of having a conversation with someone, whether it be at an event, whether it be with a phone call, and listening to understand how we can add value to them, how they can add value to us, and how together we can create that sense of community.
To that point, Saul, looking at the dynamic of Nevada, and again, I had to get acclimated to this coming from California, and I've been here for 4 years. I found it very interesting how there's this dynamic of Northern Nevada mentality and Southern Nevada mentality. And then you have the rural communities as well, here and there and in between. And how do you, and then on top of that, it's very pervasive, at least from my experience within this town, that it really is about who you know and who you trust. And building those relationships and just having an old-fashioned conversation and getting to know each other. So it's refreshing that our deputy director is out there in rural Nevada and just recently had a statewide tour across the whole state to try to be that catalyst, like you said earlier, and bring together, like you said earlier, the synergy of the entire state as one versus the separation of northern and southern.
Absolutely.
We're all one.
Absolutely.
So could you, share your thoughts about how we're trying to work to unify all the pieces together so that everyone can benefit?
Most definitely. There's different ways of doing it. I think there's great models that are being developed as we speak, and maybe we have a wonderful model that worked in Southern Nevada.
Yes.
Why not move it up to Northern Nevada or rural part of Nevada? Granted, it might be a little bit different.
Sure.
But I think there's a lot of great models that are developing throughout this phase of collaboration.
Exactly.
And those are great ways that we can help move the needle a little bit more, ensuring that really no community is left behind.
Exactly.
Right? I feel that we have a lot of great partners, a lot of great magnificent partners and organizations that we can help move the needle together. It might be slightly different, but the end result is going to be very similar, which means that we're adding value to the small business community. So I feel there's a lot of great models that are evolving. Again, Joe's out there talking to rural Nevada and talking to folks from USDA and really making a dent in the economic development part. So that's one way I feel that we can do it. And another way is, again, being out there and talking to folks. Again, just because you're out in the rural Nevada part of Nevada or Northern Nevada, now with the technology, it's amazing how we can communicate. I reference back again this great webinar, this great platform that the Nevada Women Business Center has been able to put together, because very similar to the district office, if correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are here in Southern Nevada servicing the whole state of Nevada. So leveraging technology that we have in place to be able to effectively and efficiently make that extend that footprint, not just in Southern Nevada, not just in rural Nevada, but in all of Nevada. So there's different ways. Those are just two that come to mind right now, using models that we're creating and sort of making it a plug and play with other stakeholders that, often maybe a stakeholder down here is not able to go up to Northern Nevada, but there's stakeholders in Northern Nevada that might be able to embrace that model
Exactly.
using technology that we have. I mean, I know the team has been very excited to use this new technology that we have to have even roundtable, the lender relations team, roundtable meetings with lenders up in Northern Nevada.
Yes.
So again, being able to
That's
use
exciting.
it effectively and efficiently where sometimes we also have budgetary constraints that limit
Yes,
us.
we
So,
do.
but with technology, I think it helps
Right.
remove a little bit of that barrier.
Absolutely. And this has been such a delightful exchange. And with that being said, again, audience, if you have any questions with any of our comments based upon what this really rich conversation has entailed, throughout this webinar, please chime in, and or you can give us a call or contact us at your leisure as well. And with that being said, Saul, do you have any pearls of wisdom or closing remarks that you'd like to share with the audience before we close out?
Sure. Again, thank you, Kathleen,
Yes, this
and
has been fantastic.
Nevada Women Business Center for putting this together. I would really say that you take the time to understand the value that SBA brings to a small business, and it's very powerful, I feel, what the tools that we have. And so the pros of wisdom is that knowing SBA is one thing, but truly understanding the value that we bring, I feel that is going to help, power that American dream of making the business ownership a reality. And we're very proud to be part of that. So take some time to visit our website. Feel free to give us a call. Feel free to give our partners a call, and let's see how we can service you.
Absolutely. And with that, if anyone has any questions, you can also call the Nevada Women's Business Center. Here's our contact information. You can give us a call at area code 702-734-3555. Also, you can check us out online at www.nevadawbc.com. Also, please, we really would appreciate your input about the webinar this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in, Saul. It was fantastic.
Thank you.
Excellent. To be continued. I look forward to continuing this conversation with you on this platform. And to you, audience, thank you once again for your support of our programs and services on behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center. So until next time, take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.